Okay, good morning. Happy to see you again. Okay, today's agenda is about uCPE reference solution on FIDO. Okay. Actually, this is a joint effort from VPP community and the Xuekun community and a lot of guys from Intel. So I need to thank you all of you for the great contribution to FIDO community. Okay, this is today's agenda. First of all, we will talk about the problem statement, and then the reference solution overview, and then the hardware design, and then the software reference implementation details, and then we have a POC, and then the summary for this design. Okay, why we need to choose the uCPE reference solution? Actually, currently, we have some edge devices and transportation and data center, but there are some problems. The first one is on the left side, you can see the edge devices. There are lots of services in the hardware, such as the server, firewall, switching, and lots of things. And because the custom premises requirements is very complex, and on the transport layer, there are internet and PS services, but customer requires more bandwidth, and the cost is very high. On the right side is the data center side. For current uCPE services, they need to configure the configuration for service manually, and also we haven't the centralized control. So that's why we need to transform to uCPE reference solution to the SD branch. Actually, we will provide an end-to-end solution for this, from the enterprise side, the edge to network transport, and also the cloud part. So on the left side is the uCPE box, which can provide different interfaces to the clients, and also different interfaces to the WAN side, which helps us to simplify the SD-WAN branch. On the transport network side, we can provide the different services such as wireless, internet, and IPS, and also provide the SD-WAN optimization. On the data center side, we can support the centralized control with the SDN controller and orchestration, and also we can configuration the services quickly. So as a result, we will provide services as a cloud edge platform. Okay, this is we provide the open framework and reference solution for our design. Actually, there are 5 parts on this. On the first part, it's on the left bottom side. It's the uCPE White-Bax reference design. It's based on the Intel Atom processors, or ZSP and Xeon SP processors, and we can provide the BIOS, firmware, and driver. Okay, for the interfaces, on the access side, there are different interfaces such as Ethernet, Wi-Fi, VIP to connect to the customer devices. On the WAN side, we can provide the Ethernet, MPLS, 4G, and FTTH to connect to the WAN part. Okay, for the second part, it's the uCPE software reference design. Actually, it's based on the VPP and Xuekun. And currently, for the first release, we based on the VPP 9001 release and the Xuekun 9001 release. And the third part is we can leverage different VNFs from Intel or other third-party companies to provide different VNF functions, which is, for Intel, we can provide the DPI, deep packet inspection, and also the firewall and the VPN, and also other VNFs from third-party companies. On the first part, the right bottom part is the virtual CPE, which is placed as the cloud gateway, which is very useful for the large deployment. In the cloud gateway, we can run the span DPI in this, which can help us to prevent different malware traffic from different clients. And for the fifth part, it's the controller. We can run the open source SD controller, such as ONUS or OD OpenDaylight, and also the third-party commercial SD controllers. For the open source SD controller, we can configure the uCPE through the netconf, restconf, or GMI interface with the YAML models or XML format to convey management, operate, and orchestration the uCPE. Okay, we will introduce the Atom chips at Intel. It's the low power at the minimum of 8.5 watt, and it can scale from the 2 cores until the 16 cores. And we can optimize it based on the DPDK and the VPB to reach high performance with the QAT to support the IPSec. The maximum performance will reach the 20 gigabits per second. And finally, we will support the Intel virtualization technology. Okay, this is the uCPE White-Bax reference design. It's very complex. I will introduce it briefly. So it's in the core part, it's the Daviton or other Atom chips, and we can provide different interfaces such as the GPON, Wi-Fi, and Ethernet interface or VoIP interface. And we also support different DDR, DRAM, or other storage. Okay, this is, we can provide different scalability for different size of enterprise, from the SOHU to the small branch, medium branch, and the large branch. So for each case, we can provide different cores from Atom 2 cores until to 16 cores. Also for the medium branch and the large branch, we can provide the Xeon chips or Xeon scalable processors for large deployment. And on the bottom, we can provide the DPDK and the VPB for the packet processing, and the Intel Quick Assist and the ASNI instruction sets to support the IPSec and the crypto dev, and also the HyperScan for the DPI, deep packet inspection, and the Intel virtualization. Okay, this is the we provide different packages for the uCPE software reference. First of all, we support the Linux BSPs to provide different drivers and also optimize the footprint and the configuration for the edge devices. And we also provide a developer-friendly environment to help developers to develop their rich features very quickly. And we also support the different packet processing, such as IPSec, QSACL, and DHCP DNS services. For the custom services, we can provide the GPON and VLAN, 4G interfaces. And for management side, we can support we configure the uCPE box through the Xuekun based on the YARN models. And we also provide the local management. And we will deploy some POC for the gateway, route, VPN, and other use cases. Okay, this is the software design diagram for the details. Actually, we will explain it from the bottom to the top. On the bottom, it's the different hardwares, such as the atomic chippers and Wi-Fi, LTE model, PON model, and voice model. And then we provide the QAT and different firmware for this uCPE box and the optimized Linux. And then we will provide the hypervisor container and different kernel driver to support different hardwares. On the user model, we can provide the uCPE reference solution. Here we have the support the vSwitch, IP fragment and reusability, and also the layer 2, layer 3 stack, IPSec, and the SSL, and also the tunneling and QS ACL, and also different high-level services such as the DHCP, PBOE, and DNS, etc. Okay, if you need to support multi-cores, one CPU, then we will provide the multi-core usage profiling for SD-WAN. Here is the example. For cores, chippers, we can run the management and the COI and other master services in the core 0. And for core 1, we can run the packet processing data plan. And for core 2, we can run the SD-WAN optimization services, also or the edge services. And for the core 3, we can run the container and the other use cases. Okay, this is the POC we provide to customers. Actually, we leverage two uCPE boxes, uCPE 1 and uCPE 2. And on the left side, we use the one PC, which is a software phone and local management. The PC is connected to the uCPE 1 through the LAN or Wi-Fi. And the uCPE 1 will connect to the uCPE 2 through the different WAN links, such as the 4G, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, or MPLS. And on the uCPE 2 side, it will connect to a hardware phone. On the uCPE 1 and the uCPE 2, we will run the CentOS and the VPP and the Xuekun for the management, and also support different features such as IPSec, VXLAN, QS, and ACL. On the SD-WAN controller, we run the open source project OpenDLH, which is connected to the uCPE through the netconf. And we also have the SIP server to run the SIP to support the voice VoIP services. Actually, we also developed GUI to virtualize the different features running on the uCPE POCs, such as the LAN, WAN, and VXLAN, and also IPSec. Here is the example for the IPSec. So we can see from this picture, we can get the statistics for the upstream and the downstream for the IPSec services. Okay, this is the summary. Actually, uCPE helps us to transform to the SD branch as a cloud edge cloud platform, and we provide a uCPE solution which contains the White-Bax hardware reference and also the software reference design. And for the hardware White-Box reference, we provide fully scalable hardware design to help our customers to apply it to different use cases and different scenarios. And then for the uCPE software reference, we based on the VPP and the Xuekun to provide rich features and the different development toolkits. Okay. That's all from my topic. Any questions on this? Okay. Thank you all, guys.